I've got to say, with the greatest of respect, Brian, I think most New Zealanders would say you all look slightly nutty and fringy.
New Zealanders, a good portion of them know I'm not a nut. No way. If I'm a nut, you are too.
Do you still believe that earthquakes are caused by gay people, Brian?
That's taken out of context. That's just rubbish.
It's just a question. You can answer it. Do you believe there's a link between people? I am
answering it. I'm answering it because it was totally taken out of context, and it's not worth taking the time.
So is that a no? You do not believe that?
That's how you take something out of context, and you know this. They do this, Sean, mainstream media.
Well, I'm not. I'm trying to give you the chance to recontextualise by giving me a yes or no answer.
Well, I would tell you in a general sweeping statement that extreme weather patterns and nature itself does react and respond to the way that people treat it. That's enough.
Does watching pornography cause cyclones then?
Well, the values and the morality of a country like ours, when it starts to go downward, trend downward, and increasingly it has here, you tell me that's not related and connected to the terrible way this government is acting and the terrible things that are happening in our school with our kids, the terrible high cost of living, the terrible way we were all mandated out, the terrible way we treat it now, the high interest rates, the inflation, and the way that we have a government that is supposed to be looking after us and listening to us and does nothing like that. You tell me that that's not related to some of the behaviour and the way that we treat each other.
No, the question is that related to the weather?
It's related, it is. You look at the environment now, and not that I agree with it. I think it's overreach, but they're talking about how
so if everyone stopped watching porn, the weather would improve, Brian?
Oh, that's a silly question. But I'll tell you
it flows naturally from what you're saying.
No, it doesn't. We're talking about church matters and actual principles of truth, that if you're going to get into porn, Sean, and every other man that does and watches it, has no value for their relationship and their marriages. We all know this. And it has an effect on that. It has an effect on a home. It has an effect on their environment in every shape or form. And that's undeniable. Look at the mess we have now.
Mm. Will it be Freedom's New Zealand's party? Would it policy be to ban pornography and the viewing of pornography in New Zealand?
Now that you mention it, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. We'd have a lot more families with their kids raised properly, not doing crimes and ram raiding, running around, not going to school. How much more do I need to say? It is pretty common sense. I'm not a nutcase. That's common sense. Okay. And in fact, all of the stuff would be cleaned up in one foul swoop if something like that, like our morality, you're talking about morality and values, that's what we've thrown out the window, and that's part of the problem we're having on the ground with delinquents and the way these kids are going, the crime rates.